Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. It's June the 10th garden update. And boy, let me tell you, we got it going on here. We sitting in the kitchen right now is a 5-gallon bucket of squash we picked yesterday evening. Probably 20 or 30 cucumbers. It's just coming on fast right now. Not getting any okra yet. We'll do a little walk around, but they are growing on up. It won't be long. We'll be picking okra. Get over here in the beans. I'm walking down through here this morning, and I'm starting to see some beans are coming on. There you go. Old rattlesnakes is coming in. Get on in here a little deeper, and I'm starting to see some needs picked. Are they getting close anyways? There we go. We're getting some right under there. You know, if it's all that size, you could pick them right under. Quite a few more. So the beans is coming on. Squash and the cucumbers is killing us. And these things taste good. This tastes good right out of the garden. Excuse me for my smacking. These little okras right in here are the ones that the deer come in here and there we go, and chewed the top off of. These right in here, and them right in yonder. Well, as you can see, they've kind of come back. Deer didn't kill them, but they sure got a bite out of them. We'll see how they all go. But Jimmy Red, it's getting on up there a good bit taller than I am. I'd say maybe 8 foot on the one over there. Starting to tossle a little bit. Well, where the wind blowed all that stuff down, most of it has stood back up. Some of them are still leaning and twisted a little bit. But that's the way things go. Looks like I need to be on the lawn more. I think it just broke that one. Looks like I need to be on the lawn more again this week, as I am every week. Picked the squash yesterday, which I skipped Saturday. Had the grandbaby all weekend. She kept us running. And picked it yesterday evening late, right before dark. Had a little old thunderstorm coming in. Clouded up, got a little windy. It was a good time to get down here and pick it, temperature wise. Picked a whole 5-gallon bucket of squash and had a half a 5-gallon bucket from the previous picking. We just threw it away, started over. This little corn down here is tousled quick and started forming a bunch of ears. It's coming on fast. Now the weeds are too. And this squash here is like a jungle. I'm telling you what. And you see all the ones I threw away just because I skipped one day. One day. And this morning, I mean, they just like them little small ones that I didn't pick yesterday are ready to pick this morning. But the corn, this super sweet, is tossing out and has formed a bunch of ears. A lot of them's got 2 ears, and there's got 3 forming. I'm telling you, but boy, look at the weeds. Look at that row. I mean, how hard have I worked to keep the weeds out of this garden? And they just keep coming back. I cannot win this weed war. I'm gonna battle on it some. I'm gonna run the tiller through it. Cucumbers, Lord have mercy. You might see I pulled them 3 or 4 up off the end there. I just like, we just don't need them. Got rid of them. Now I expect pretty soon we're gonna have more squash in the freezer than we know what to do with. Picked this up a little vacuum sealer. Been sealing in them vacuum bags. We freeze them, then we put them in the vacuum bags and pull a vacuum on them. I think that's gonna, hopefully that's gonna help us some. There's old Buster. What do you say, Buster? He been running around here wide open. Now he gonna water in some dirt. What I'll do pretty soon on the squash, because we've probably got enough picked right now to put 40, 50 quart bags in our freezer. And that's what we done last year, and that was plenty. Got us through the winter. We were great. And then after that, I just held on to a couple of rows just to be able to come down here and pick some fresh squash, you know, until the squash expired, and then I finally tilled it under. So what I'll do pretty quick is I will get rid of a couple of these rows. I don't know whether I want to get rid of a row down yonder next to the sweet corn and maybe next to the grass and just have 2 separate rows, or what. I don't know. I'll figure all that out as I go. But I'll eliminate some of it because you just got more of it than you know what to do with. I give it away to people, but you know, anybody that wants it's welcome to it that lives around me. But nobody is willing to come up here and pick it. If I pick it and take it to them, generally they're pretty thankful. But you know, that's you know, I carry a basket or 2 to church with me on Wednesday, and I'm just surprised how many people just don't want it, just don't have time. Well, I just don't have time to cut it up. I just buy the little steamables at the grocery store. They're real fresh. And, okay, but it ain't nothing like fresh out of the garden squash. Well, tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna go over there by the tomatoes and see what's going on. How about that? Well, all right, here we are at the tomato patch. And yeah, we got some nice tomatoes. Look at these things. I'm just wanting to eat some of these things, but they won't turn red. There's hundreds of them. They're everywhere, but they're just not turning red. Lord have mercy. Peppers coming on along. We got some jalapenos right there, which I don't eat too much of those. Got the bells coming on. These little bushes are getting big. There ain't nothing on them though. Yeah, there's some little bitty ones right there for me. And this one here is the one that had the most peppers on it. Yeah, they're coming on along. They're slow growing, but Lord have mercy, look how many of them's on that plant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15 peppers on that one plant over here. And this one looks like it's just as many. Well, I topped them, and that was the idea of topping them. Now these right here, I need to pick them. These are some little banana peppers, but they are hot. I believe they're maybe a pepperoni pepper or something. They're hot. They're not They're not hot like jalapenos, but they're not something I want to eat for breakfast. Be good on a pizza or something, I'm sure. Of course, the doctor said I wasn't supposed to eat pizza anymore. But there you go. They tried to put me on a Mediterranean diet. And one thing I do like about this type of gardening, it has been easy. This has just been easy this year. I'll water, I'll fill these little old things up here, fill this up till it runs out down there. And I mean, you know, once a week maybe. You know, if it's just dry, no rain, I may do it twice a week. But, you know, they're just doing good. Just doing good. I don't understand why that thing's got so much leaves on it. It sure is leafed out heavy. I don't understand it. Why plants are so different, but yet they're supposed to be the same. I don't know, makes me wonder about my seed. Man, look at that. These little Gardener 100s, they grow in like bunches of grapes. I sure do want to see some red ones. Well, all right. That's going to kind of sum up today's gardening update. And I'll try to. I started a video last week, but honestly never did finish it. It was just a video on what all I was going to do this week. It just, I don't know. It's just. Started out okay, filmed a couple little segments, and then just got to working on stuff and didn't finish the video, so I just deleted everything. But I think one of the things I was pointing out last week was that I had cleared out, if you can see up there, I cleared out all the underbrush between the shop and up there at the top of the hill where I can actually stand on my back deck and look down here by the shop. And you know, something's going on down here, you hear a lot of noise, it's good to walk out, just be able to look down here and see if there's any activity. We cleaned all under these woods. I may have done a little video on that already, I don't know, way on down in there, just kind of got in there and we'll mow it a couple times a year and let it grow up mostly. Try to keep a little weed killer on the gravel, keep gravel from getting full. A little area over there is getting green. A little area right here is getting green, need to spray some stuff. Don't use a lot of weed killer, but it's really good for those gravel areas. And well, it's time for me to get in the shop and just see what I need to piddle around with. I got several projects to do this week. One of the big projects is a room at the shop and at the house that I'm trying to turn into, you know, just a slash office extra bedroom. Just got to get in there and put the hardwood floor down. I got the little planter box I started and never finished. Well, I got the wood and never really started it, but I got to get up there and do some shoveling. And then I want to put a new top handrail on the back deck. Trying to breathe a little life into that old back deck. You know, in 5 years, we'll probably replace the whole thing. But we put new treads on the steps, and I put new handrails on it and seal it. We'll be good for a few more years. Son come over Saturday, my youngest boy come over Saturday, Tim, and we worked on the motor. Then on that little 4.3 that he took apart last year. And he's got most of the parts together. We got it all cleaned up. We're gonna work on it from time to time. I won't really shoot no video on that, just maybe a note that it's happening. I don't know, a lot of projects, still gonna cut down a lot of these low limbs. That's that's one of them projects that I work on for an hour or 2 or 3, and you know, you drenched. I mean, honestly, you're absolutely drenched when you get out here with a saw and start cutting and picking up and hauling limbs and trying to clean up everything. So anyways, that's kind of stuff I kind of got to do this week, and we'll catch you later. And maybe you can see a little bit of this stuff getting done.